This is our fourth video on the integrated development in our environment for R, RStudio, and our third video on the windows of RStudio. Today we're going to talk about the window, environment, and history. In fact, it has three tabs: environment, history, and connections. We're not going to talk about connections. So in the last video, what we did was we used our script to run some commands that we gave to R. In particular, we read in our data set, travel data sample, into this object called tData. So in order to do that, I highlighted the commands and I pressed Command and Enter. We see that in the console window that the command was sent properly. It's all in blue, there's no reds, there's no errors. And we see in the environment command that there's an object, tData, that has 267 observations and 7 variables. If we click on the little arrow to the next of it, it serves as a drop-down menu, and it shows us all the variables that are there. We have an ID variable, which is an integer. So not only does it tell us the variables that are there, but it also tells us the kind of the data types that there are. So we have integers. Distance is a numeric value, so it can have decimal places. Age is an integer. All of the other variables here are integers. Age, male, full-time worker, part-time worker. So that's what the environment window does. It tells us the objects that we have in memory. We can clear objects from memory either with this little broom icon or with this command that I talked about in the last video on how to clear objects from memory. It's called the remove command. So I'm going to remove all that. Command, Enter. There we go, all clear. The other tab in the Environment and History tab is called History. Now the History tab, as the name suggests, basically just provides a history of all the commands that have been sent to the interpreter. So if you happen to have done something in your program that worked well, and then you made a change or something happened and it didn't work anymore, and you wanted to find out what that original command was, you can go back and find it in the history. So that can be very useful. That's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to talk about files, plots, and packages.